thing about me, I really like potato chips. I guess I should rephrase that. I really like any kind of chip. Actually, rephrase that again. I really liked everything fried. And coming to Japan, it opened up a whole world of new chips that I got to try. Today, it's all Calbee Potato Chips. Today, I have 5 different potato chips for you, coming from 2 different categories. The first one are just some regular Calbee potato chips with some fun flavors. So we got olive and garlic, and then also shrimp salt. I'm assuming it means shrimp and salt. The other category of chips we have are a part of Calbee's We Love Japan series. I don't know if you can see that. We Love Japan, where they have one flavor of chip for each of Japan's 47 prefectures. I was lucky enough to come across 3 of them. And we have Tokyo's chip, Saitama's chip, and Shizuoka's chip. We're gonna start with a more regular chip. I really like Calbee shrimp chip, the one that's like this shape, like it's a long stick. You know, the ones that come in like the pink and the white bag. Let's get started. And smell test. Ooh. It smells pretty much like the shrimp chips, the other shrimp chips, but if you look inside the bag, besides the fact that it's like halfway empty already, it smells a lot less oily than the shrimp chips, with the added distinct smell of fried potatoes, which is good. All good things. Okay. Itadakimasu. Not as enjoyable as the shrimp chips. It's more like a kettle cooked chip, so it's a lot crunchier. I don't know. I think it might be a little too salty for me. I'm not really getting any distinct like shrimp taste. The original kettle chips in that brown bag tastes like that to me. Next, now we have this olive and garlic one. I don't really like olives, but I really like garlic. And I mean, I like olive oil. So as long as the olive taste isn't too strong, should be good. Okay, here we go. And smell test. Whoa. Or here, look at it. These chips are wavy, like a ruffle. I mean, are ridgy. Ruffles have ridges. They're wavy, like a wavy lay. The smell really reminds me of something, and I just can't put my finger on it. Definitely can smell some garlic in there. I'm assuming the other scent is olive, but right now I can't put my finger on it. No one's gonna want to eat these after I just shoved my face into it. Let's just try one. Itadakimasu. Oh, I like that one. That one really it's got a really intense roasted garlic flavor. That's really, really good. I don't know where the olive comes in, or if it's just like olive oil. We gonna need another one of these guys. What? If you've ever had roasted garlic where they dump some garlic cloves and then like fill it with oil and just bake it, that's what it tastes like. Much better than that shrimp chip one. The texture of the chips are also just nicer. I don't know, it's easier to chew. It's got that more stereotypical, you know, like processed crunch versus the hard, like crackly crunch. I don't know. But this one, very good. Recommend this one. Next. And now we get into our fancier flavors. This one is the Tokyo flavored one. And then if you notice, there's also this little there's this little mascot. I think this one's a little platypus. But each prefecture, I think, has a mascot, or at least they put one on these bags of chips. So this one is Fukagawa Meshi, or Shenzhen rice. I'm assuming it's some specific type of rice dish. When I was looking it up, I couldn't really find a clear answer on what it was, but looks like some clams and some broth, and then they put rice in it. So, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know what it is, but it's the flavor of Tokyo, so here we go. It don't smell very special to me. These chips are much more reminiscent of just like traditional Lay's. I don't think they're gonna be kettle cooked. But let's try one. It's got some green fleckies on it. Does it make it fancier? I don't know. But itadakimasu. Overall, good tasting chip. I don't know if I could taste the flavor that it's supposed to be. The flavor that hits me first is like a nori flavor. Any of the seaweed chips here in Japan, it's got that same like distinct nori seaweed flavor. And then, I don't know if it's because I saw the package or not, but there's a very faint clam seafood broth kind of taste, which is accurate to that. But I think if you just gave me this chip, I probably would just think that it's a nori chip. But I guess nori comes from the sea. So, seafood. I guess it's doing its job. It tastes pretty good. Don't know if it's a true representation of the rice dish that it comes from, but overall, Tokyo, good job. Mascot, really cute. Extra points. Next. This next one is Saitama's chip. Look at it. This one is unagi no kabayaki. And kabayaki, I looked it up, and it's just the way that you prepare the unagi or the eel. So this one is an eel flavored chip. Kabayaki may or may not be to fillet and then bake with sauce, but the translation on it was kind of broken. So don't blindly trust me on that one, but overall, this chip is supposed to be unagi flavored. Their little mascot for Saitama is this little like chicken turkey dude. Not as cute as platypus, but still fun. As a kid, I really didn't like unagi, but ever since like 5 years ago, I really like unagi now. It's probably just the sauce, but you know, like, to each their own. Let's try it. It smells sweeter than the other chips. I guess it does have that kind of like distinct like unagi smell. I don't know if you smell your food before you eat it, but like if you get like the unagi nigiri, it has that same slight fishiness, sweet sticky sauceness. Pretty good job on the smell. Okay, this one's just got some like black fleckies in it. Maybe it's supposed to be like the grill marks, you know? Not the grill marks, but you know, like the charring. Maybe it's supposed to be like the charring. Itadakimasu. You definitely taste like a sweeter sauce, like a sweet and savory sauce. I don't know if it's because I know it's unagi, but you get that like seafoody vibe. Let me try another one. Come to the conclusion, I don't think I could tell it's unagi. But if you're a fan of the whole sweet savory combination business, it's almost like a Japanese version of like barbecue Lay's. I personally like this a little better just because it's not like overpoweringly flavored. Again, can't tell it's eel, but it's a good chip. Good job, Japan. Good job, Saitama. Next, final chip for today is Shizuoka's chippy. Their flavor is Wasabi Tsuke. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but the kanji, according to Google Translate, it's Tsuke, as part of Tsukemono, which is pickle. So when I Google translated this, it gave me wasabi pickle. Well, I'm assuming it's pickles with wasabi. I'm hoping, and it's not pickled wasabi, but you know, I don't know. Their little mascot guy, I don't know if it's supposed to be a mountain. It probably is. Could be Mount Fuji. Here's what it looks like on the inside. It smells like a normal chip, which is kind of concerning because if there's wasabi in here, I don't know if it's gonna like whack me. But other than that, it smells like a regular like salted potato chip. Well, let's just try it. This one also got lots of green fleckies on it. Don't know if those green fleckies are gonna be nori or if they're part of the wasabi, but let us find out. Itadakimasu. Definitely wasabi, but the wasabi is a little more subtle than like the smack you in the face wasabi that shoots up your nose. I don't know if that's just because I only ate a couple, or if I kept eating them, then I would get to the point where it's like, ooh. But from the chips I ate, it was a very nice amount of wasabi. Like, you can tell it's there, and you get like the slightest like burning tongue feel for a little bit, but then it goes away. Other flavors in that, couldn't taste any. Don't know what this like suke is coming from. It just tasted like a regular salted potato chip with like a slight dusting of wasabi. I have to say though, as a wasabi chip, for someone who does like wasabi but can't really handle a whole bunch, I think this one does a good job at like mellowing it out. It's not a scary amount of wasabi. Shizuoka, good job. Time for concluding remarks. Have to say, Japanese potato chips do not disappoint. I would say there's no like false advertising in terms of their flavors. I might have just like missed some of the subtleties. These chips, in my opinion, are relatively cheap. Like, each of these bags were 120 yen. It's a little more than $1 for this like 2 to 3 person portion. So you could eat it a couple times before it goes away. Least favorite of this bunch. Sadly, it was this one. I think it's because I have too strong of an attachment to the other Calbee shrimp chip, but the scent is very good, but then again, this taste, this shrimp flavor, whatever they got going on here just doesn't work on this type of chip for me. Fourth place is gonna go to this one. I think part of it is because I don't really know what it's supposed to taste like. Again, not a bad chip, just the other ones were better. Third place chip, I'm gonna give it to the wasabi one. Not because anything's wrong with it, but it's because I like the other flavors better. I actually think this might be like wasabi mayo. Sorry for like the late response, but that tastes kind of like that. Number 2, I'm gonna have to do this one, the unagi one. The majority of people probably would not rank this one so high, but I really like the unagi sauce sweetness, so even though I can't really taste the eel, yeah, I like this one. Which brings me to the number 1, my number 1 favorite chip, Ichiban. Oh, that garlic. I'm thinking the smell just might be salad dressing. I think it is just an olive smell. So whatever I've eaten that has a strong olive scent, that's what I'm feeling coming from this bag. It might just be like Italian seasoning pack, you know? Next time you get your hands on one of those, you know, just like, that's what this smells like to me. I love garlic so much. And this one I think is just like, packed so much garlic flavor into this chip. This one. Oh yes. If you like garlic, which if you don't like garlic, I feel very sorry for you. You're missing out. Oh, this one is so good. Get this one. I'm so proud of this bag of chips, even though I did nothing for it. And this concludes my chip taste test. I know it was a different kind of video and might not be for most people, but I hope some of y'all enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some insight into what chips are like here in Japan. And if anything, I hope it makes you a little bit more adventurous with the snack that you choose to buy in whatever country you're from. I know I enjoyed getting to eat all these chips. And don't worry, these chips are not gonna go to waste. They're gonna be my snack for the next like 2 weeks. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking around. If you want to see me eat more food or do more things like this, please let me know. It's a nice change for me and it's an excuse for me to eat a whole bunch of food. But with that, I hope you'll have a good day or a good night, whatever time you're watching this. And I'll see you guys next time I do something interesting. Mata next time!